Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. On a day when the Great Ocean Road is again closed between Wye River and Separation Creek because of the threat of landslide, I once again call on the Victorian Government to match our $25 million contribution to the Great Ocean Road. Mr Deputy Speaker, it is absolutely astounding that the Victorian Government, led by Daniel Andrews, has turned his back on this very significant tourist asset, not just for Victoria but for Australia. In the budget and also in April of this year, we announced another $25 million on top of the $25 million that was announced in 2013, matched by the previous state Liberal government. And yet, from Daniel Andrews, we've seen zero contribution to this upgrade, which is so vital for tourism, for road safety and for the wonderful Great Ocean Road communities which I represent in this incredible part of the world. The Great Ocean Road is Victoria's most valuable asset. It generates almost $800 million in incremental tourist spending. The Grand Prix is $42 million and the Australian Tennis Open is only $240 million. And yet we see again with the road under incredible pressure, not just because of the floods and the landslides in excess of 150, Mr Deputy Speaker, but also, of course, in the wake of the Christmas Day bushfire in Wye River and Separation Creek. This has put these communities under incredible economic strain, under incredible pressure, and I've worked very closely with the Wye River and Separation Creek communities. We're very proud, of course, that we've made a contribution of $3.89 million under the National Disaster Relief and Recovery Arrangements, but the fact of the matter is that the Victorian Government needs to lift its weight. And I think what we've seen, Mr Deputy Speaker, with the Tourism Demand Driver Infrastructure Program, over 4 years, the Turnbull Government is providing $43.1 million to state and territory governments for tourism infrastructure. $7.2 million has gone to Victoria, and yet we see the Victorian Government turning its back on the most basic tourism infrastructure that's required along the Great Ocean Road. At Eastern View, which is the official archway, the beginning of the Great Ocean Road, there are not even basic toilet facilities. And in places like Beijing and Shanghai, where there are magnificent posters calling the people of China to come to our wonderful part of the world, and some 500,000 do just that, taking a day trip every year, part of the 5 million tourists who visit the Great Ocean Road, there are not even the most basic facilities. So I think the time is ripe for our government to take over this funding. The Victorian Government is failing us on tourism, and we need to take charge of this very important fund. Thank you.
I thank the honourable member for her contribution.